Quels sont les deux plus grands commandements que
What
donne
are the
Jésus?
two greatest commandments that Jesus gives? So, if we put the question to the Protestants, they will say it is to believe, and that is all, everything is in faith. In fact, when we look at the Gospel, Jesus does not quote this commandment. He quotes as command two which are identical according to him, which should not be separated. You will love your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength. And the second one is similar to this one. You will love your neighbor as yourself. This second commandment is magnificently formulated because we always want to be ourselves in happiness, even when you hurt yourself, since in general to balance because something in our life is wrong. And so to love your neighbor as yourself is to want him good, and if it were almost natural to want him good, since it is for us. This means that for the Catholic Church and the Orthodox Church, very clearly faith is essential. If you don't trust, how can you love God? And how can we love our neighbor because of God? But it is only the foundation on which charity flourishes. And as St. Paul says, if I have faith that to transport the mountains, and do not have charity, I'm nothing. Whoever, when then look how Jesus loved God and neighbor, we can see that a little later in the gospel according to John, he reformulates these commandments and say this: love one another as I have loved you. Even rephrases in another place saying, there is no greater love than laying down your life for your friends. It is a word. Only when we see him doing indeed, we see that at the cross he gives his life for people he calls his friends, and who in fact spit on him, saying, come down from your cross, you have saved others, save yourself, and we will believe in you. It is for them that he dies, and these are his enemies. So that means that the two greatest commandments of God, therefore the love of his Father and love for neighbor, they are identical. They have a measure given by Jesus on the cross. It is about loving, including when our friend is our enemy, and giving his life for him. This measure I hardly know of canonized saints who have lived it indeed. Perhaps in the first martyrs there are. When we look at the lives of the saints, they gave their lives heroically for God, but the measure that Christ gives, it is truly unique. Which means that when we get to the other side, when we see the Christ who is there at the level of love, and we will discover ourselves here at the level of love, and well, it will not be necessary to despair, because it will lift us up. The characteristic of Christ will be to stand below us, to say, you loved as best you could, it was good. He will be our advocate, and then to go to heaven very quickly. We will not have only to say, Lord, I didn't love as I should, you know.
Pour aller au paradis très vite, nous n'aurons qu'à dire, Seigneur, je n'ai pas aimé comme je devais. Tu le sais.